like that I think really just dials it up nice. And if you use them in, we call it gravy, but pasta sauce, right, as most people would call it, most non-Italians would call it, it really kind of covers that up. It just adds even something a little bit more special.
Just a little bit of a kick to give it some flavor, a little different flavor. I love it.
Definitely. So, Brittany, I'm going to let you kind of take the helm here, but this is our Egg Harbor 10 6-ounce premium Icelandic cod fillets. This is not a traditional cod fish. It's a wonderful premium piece of cod, and Brittany's going to show you why in a second, but you're going to get 10 of these. They're 6 ounces in size. You're going to eat from one end to the other because there's no skin or no fat or nothing left that you don't want to eat. It's also going to come with our beautiful Egg Harbor herb butter. So you're going to get that butter with it as well. And these are available on just 4 easy payments of $30.25. So we don't often get to have the cod on, Brittany, but when we do, I know our QVC guests absolutely love this.
Yes. So let's go to Iceland so that we can tell everybody about why this cod is special. So this is Icelandic cod. This is caught in the North Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Iceland. The waters are very cold. They are nutrient dense. These are wild caught and they are line caught. So think about that. There's no bycatch in those nets. These are caught one by one, which is why we don't have them all that often. But the cod right there is blast frozen and individually packaged after it has been deboned and the skin has been taken off. So you are receiving a really thick piece of white fish. Cod is a little bit thicker. It's a little bit more substantial. When this cooks down, it's going to be a silkier fish, a very mild fish. So this is a great option if you already don't eat seafood and you're trying to incorporate more into your diet, or B, if you're a little nervous about cooking seafood at home, this is a great option as well because there's so many different ways to do it, and you're getting that garlic herb butter that allows you to be able to not have to think about what it pairs well with.
Right.
So why don't we flake through one, and then we'll cook one so everybody can see how fast they go.
So, Brittany, you mentioned this, but just a moment ago, the reason I love this cod so much is because it is not fishy, right? It's just, if you love our Egg Harbor Faroe Island salmon, you're going to love this cod as well. Because of that reason, it really takes on whatever flavor you decide to put with it.
Right.
But it doesn't have that fishy taste.
No, it's mild.
Right.
And then it has these nice big white flakes. This is a great fish if you have to have your fish breaded. This is a great base for that.
Great fish and chips fish.
It is a great fish and chips fish. It's also, if you just want to herb crust it a little bit, maybe put some Dijon mustard or a little bit of mayo and then some Parmesan cheese and breadcrumbs on top. It's a great base for anything that you love, but it flakes beautifully. It's moist and it's delicate enough where it can be paired with any of your favorite options as far as fruits, vegetables, if you want to do a salsa, or if you just want to.
Exactly, a little bit of rice or couscous. But again, one of the things the chefs do in a great steakhouse, or even a place that serves fish, a lot of steakhouses do, before it goes out to you, the customer, they take a dollop of butter and they drop it on that piece of fish or that great steak, and they let that butter kind of melt into the steak on its way to you at your table. So that's basically what we're including here for you. This is the Epicurean Butter. It's a really beautiful blend of garlic and herb butter that Brittany kind of designed just to bring for this fish, right? So we use this for our Icelandic cod. We'll often use this for our Rastelli Black Angus filet mignons, but it's just that perfect kind of blend of garlic and herb and salt and pepper, right, to really just kind of finish off this beautiful filet. But as you pull this out of your oven, take a ½ ounce and just drop it on top of your piece. So
another great way to use the butter is we melted one whole tub in here.
Right.
And then this is kind of like a piccata style, like a chicken piccata, veal piccata, but instead we're going to do it with the cod. So you dip your whole fillet of fish into the butter. And then you take your seasoned breadcrumbs. You can flour. You can season your flour however you like. If you want to do garlic salt, garlic butter, onion powder, whatever it is. And then you just go ahead and sear them. So you repeat that step a couple times. And then, Ray, of course, you know I have a finished one.
I do.
In
Brittany, how long do you let this cook that way?
So I love that you asked that question.
I ask because I'm usually sitting on the couch with the kids when you do it.
So fish has a great rule of thumb, about 10 minutes per every inch of thickness. So these fish are about an inch and a half. So you want to let them sear on either side for about 5 to 7 minutes each, depending on how thick your piece of fish is.
Right.
And that's it. In this case, we're going to finish it in the oven like we did that one right there.
Sure.
So just about 2-3 minutes on either side. And I will put him in here and then.
So it's really that easy, right? You kind of melted that butter down first.
Exactly.
Did you do anything with the butter? Did you mix it with something first?
No, that's the roasted garlic butter. You don't have
way.
to do anything. So look at what this looks like when it's all done. You have kind of like that nice little coating on the fish.
That's beautiful.
It's all that is the garlic herb butter and then some seasoned flour. So we seared that on either side. Yes, you most certainly can. I actually would love to try one. So.
Let me move this over here. Give you a plate.
I'm going to give you one, and then we can actually go ahead and plate it over this beautiful
right there first
pasta. No, I'll give you this one.
Okay.
And then you can cut into that.
Great.
But do you see how simple that was? It's one pan, not a lot of steps, not a lot of cleanup, and it's seafood. And I always say seafood should be simple. So go ahead, you can cut into that.
Right? It is beautiful.
Isn't that great?
And it's just so flaky, right? It's so mild, but again, it's just so tender. I mean, it's falling apart. It's so tender, right? Look at this. And no fishy flavor.
No fishy flavor and no fishy smell.
Right.
Your seafood should always smell fresh. When something is blast frozen like that, it's really locking in the freshness. You are the very first person that is defrosting it. So we talk about this a lot when it comes to walking around your seafood department. That fish that's sitting out, there's several things that you might not know about it. A, has it been previously frozen? If so, how many times and how long has it been sitting out? When you go with an Egg Harbor blast frozen piece of fish, whether it's the Faroe Island salmon or the Icelandic cod, they're blast frozen right there at the source. So this is frozen in Iceland.
Like a day, right? The very first day.
Exactly, as soon as it's caught. And then they are sent to you at home, individually packaged. You defrost it by itself or with a couple others, depending on how many you're serving. And then always take a paper towel when it comes to cod and pat your fish dry. This is a moisture-driven fish. So take a paper towel, and then from there, you can bake it, you can pan saute it, you can broil it, you can even put it in your air fryer. But if you're not sure, you're going to receive a cooking booklet. This is not just for the Icelandic cod, it's for all seafood, but it's got some really great rules of thumb in here when it comes to storing, thawing, great tools. You're going to see a section with all different kinds of fish and then how you can prepare them and then how long. We've got that great rule of thumb in there as far as the 10 minutes per inch of thickness. So think about that. If you have like a flounder and it's really thin piece of fish, we're talking
40
like
seconds.
Maybe per side, and you're good to go. So you're going to receive this as well, just to give you some ideas, which I think is really fun when it comes to cooking seafood, because what I've learned in this industry is that a lot of people only order this in restaurants. They don't cook it at home because they don't know how and they're worried. They don't realize how simple it is.
Or because it's going to make their house smell. And I think one of the biggest things people don't realize about seafood, and especially when you buy it from the grocery store, is it's typically been frozen twice, right? It's been pulled out of the ocean, the fish is frozen. Then they take that fish to a processor where they're going to actually defrost it, portion it like we've done here, and then refreeze it again. And then by the time you get it, it was either frozen and defrosted 2 to 3 times, right?
Right.
With this fish and the Faroe Island salmon and all of our Egg Harbor raw fish, you're the first person to thaw it. It's been frozen at its very peak of freshness, like as soon as it was pulled out of the ocean within the matter of hours, and then shipped to you in that same state, and you're the first person to thaw it. So people are astonished when they get it at home and they say, it didn't make my house smell. I didn't get that fishy smell. I didn't get that fishy taste. You should not get that if you have a real quality piece of fish that's been handled the right way. And that's really the difference here.
And the location really plays a part in that premium quality as well. What we've also learned is that people are really interested in knowing their source, knowing where their food is coming from.
Right.
Again, this is wild caught off the coast of Iceland. The waters are very nutrient dense and they're line caught, which I think is cool because I love the fact that there's no bycatch when it comes to this product.
I could not agree more. You know, the most normal way they typically would catch a lot of these fish out in the ocean is they have these huge trawling boats that just kind of go and they catch hundreds of these fish at a time, or even thousands. And during that process, they catch lots of other things. That's what Brittany is explaining, no bycatch. Because these are line caught one by one, like you would go fish at the Jersey Shore, right?
Right.
That's the same way in which these are handled. And that's really, that goes all the way through the same process. So let's take everybody through one more time, Brittany. This is item number M82991. This is our Egg Harbor 10 6-ounce Icelandic Cod Filets with garlic and herb butter. They're going to get 10 6-ounce portions of these, again, for just 4 easy payments of just $30.25. So absolutely one of the best items we have from the Egg Harbor Seafood brand, and our customers love it for that reason.
I can't stop eating it.